Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today we're making penne pasta with fresh ingredients. I'm making it with mushroom sauce. So it's really easy. Once you have your ingredients ready, it only takes like 5 to 7 minutes. So let's check what kind of ingredients we're going to be using. So the ingredients that we're going to need for the mushroom penne pasta, it's going to be pink mushroom sauce. So for the sauce specifically, before we start cooking the pasta in it, we're going to have to do the sauce. So we're using oregano here, or dried oregano. We're using a very small amount of sugar just to break the acidity in the sauce. We're using black pepper, and we're using, of course, a little bit at the beginning of extra virgin oil, and then we're going to use this oil for the cooking later. We're putting also in the sauce, later you will see a little bit of cooking cream, and then we're using the strained tomatoes. And I'm using this particular brand because it is 100% tomatoes. There's no preservatives in here, it's all natural. That's why I'm using this. We're going to use ground pepper. Of course, later on for the garnish, we're going to use the parsley. While doing the mushroom sauce, we're going to be using the onions, we're going to be using the fresh mushrooms. Those mushrooms has been chopped and ready. I just squeezed a little bit of lemon on them just to keep the color and keep it fresh as much as possible until I start cooking it. While I was boiling the pasta, I had the water that has inside it little bit of salt and little bit of olive oil. I keep it always to thicken the sauce later, and it will give it a very beautiful flavor. So let's start cooking and enjoy. So Bismillah, we're gonna start doing the sauce. First I'm gonna put some extra virgin olive oil in here, less than 1 tablespoon. Wait for a few seconds until it's hot, and then I'm gonna add up the tomato sauce. I'm adding the measurement of 1 cup in here. I might not use it all, but I can save it for later. I'll mix them a little bit. As you can see, it's splitting here, but that's okay. That's how it should be. That's the olive oil coming in with the tomato sauce. Make sure that it is getting hot. I'm gonna add up a little bit of the oregano. I'm gonna use some oregano here. I'm gonna use some oregano later also. That's the base of the sauce. So basically this sauce is base of any sauce or tomato sauce that you're gonna do for any pasta. So this you can keep, and then if you want to make it pink, you add for it the white sauce. If you want to just make it as a pink sauce, or keep it as a red sauce, so you just use this sauce. So you don't have to prepare sauce always. This can be frozen, and it can be put in the freezer and use it as much as you want. I'm gonna add up a little bit of salt also, just a small pinch, not too much, just to give it a kick, because later on we're gonna use salt also. So I'm just using this pinch because the amount that I'm using here is very small, so I did not use too much salt in here. As we said, to break the acidity in here, it's very important to add up a little bit of sugar. So I'm adding up sugar here, not too much. That's the equivalence of 1/4 of a teaspoon, not too much. I'll stir them together, make sure they're cooked. I will wait for them until they start boiling, and then I will use them. So as we can see, the pasta, the sauce started boiling here. All the flavors came together. Finally, we're just gonna add the pepper here. I'm grinding some pepper in. Nice good amount, because that gives it the nice kick in here. Some people, they put a spicy sauce in it, or they put Tabasco, or they put chilies or whatever. I'm not doing that, just to keep the option of spicy for those who don't like it spicy in here. So I'm mixing, that's it. So at this stage we can say it's almost ready. We'll add up just a small pinch of cream, just very small pinch, just to break the color, not much as such. That's it. We'll mix them together now. It will break the color a little bit. Still it's gonna stay red. It didn't turn into pink, because usually you can make it pink if you want, but this is much better. Now in here you have a beautiful, creamy, nice, flavorous, full of flavor, and the smell is really, really amazing. I wish you can smell it. So we're gonna start cooking the pasta right now. I have a hot pan here with a little bit of olive oil inside, like around 1 tablespoon. My oil is ready. How would I know that? Because it's already wavy. I'm gonna add up now some of the onions in here. I'm not gonna add it all because I'm using it for 2 portions. So I'm gonna add up like 1 tablespoon of onion. So my onion is getting cooked. Of course, we're not caramelizing anything here. We're just making it a little bit lean. Medium fire. At this stage I can add up a little bit of mushroom. Well, that depends. The quantity of mushroom depends how much you like mushroom, so you can decide to put more, you want to put less. That's all up to you. I'm putting like 1 handful of mushroom in here, and I cut them big, fresh mushrooms. I'm gonna be adding a little bit of the salt. And of course, not to forget, I'm gonna put the garlic. Some people would put the garlic at the very beginning. I put like 1/4 of a teaspoon, as you can see. I will put it later because I don't want the garlic to burn, and I want to keep that flavor and that taste of garlic. So at this stage, everything's cooking together, and the garlic is not gonna be, hopefully, not burnt. Now, if you remember, we kept some of the water from the pasta, so I'm gonna put a little bit of that in here. Just a small amount. We're gonna be putting more later, but at this stage, just to give it this cook. Wow, the smell is amazing. It's really nice. Everything's coming together. I'm gonna add up a little bit of the pepper as a powder, and I'm gonna add up also the oregano. I love oregano, so I always put extra, but it's all up to you. You can use less, you can keep it. So at this stage, I'm gonna be adding up a little bit of my cream. Maybe that's around 2 tablespoons of cream. I'm gonna mix them together a little bit, because remember, we're doing pink sauce here, we're not doing white sauce, so that's why we're not putting lots of cream. I'm gonna add up the sauce that we used earlier, that we made earlier, like around 2 or 3. It's nice to be saucy and creamy. As you can see, the color is changing to pinkish. Very nice. Wow, the smell is amazing. I decided actually to add cheese also to the pasta, so later on we're gonna put cheese. As you can see here, the sauce is pink already, and it looks and smells so yummy. At this stage, I'll add up my penne, that much only, maybe a little bit more. I'm gonna bring them all together. At this stage, you would put a little bit more water just to give it more flavor and to make it as well more saucy, because as you can see here, it looks a little bit dry. It's not dry, actually, it's really good. So we're gonna add up a little bit of the water again. At this stage I can put my cheese. I'll put like 3 handful. Wow, that's gonna be really cheesy. And here we go, ready for plating. Here we go. Wow, look at the cheese, man. Bismillah. Woo! What a beautiful dish. What a beautiful dish. We're gonna garnish it with little bit of parsley. And so let's try what we've done. Look, oh mashallah, look at this. Bismillah, that's beautiful. Bismillah. Wow. Wow, that is so yummy. Look. Woo. I advise you, leave everything, go cook this pasta. It's so delicious.